Recent comments on the New York Knicks from soon-to-be superstar free agent Luka Doncic has Knicks fans buzzing at a potential opportunity to absolutely shock the NBA. Meanwhile, the NBA disrespected Jalen Brunson, and we are going to break all this down. There's a lot to go over. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Knicks Digest. It's Chris here. We're going to jump right into things as always. Guys, if you're part of that 63% that's not subscribed to Knicks Digest, make sure to subscribe for daily New York Knicks updates. We got videos coming at you all the time. We're having a bunch of fun on this channel. And if you don't want to miss a single Knicks update, make sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications. More importantly, let's talk about the Knicks. Luka Doncic, for the first time, visited New York Yankee Stadium, or well, just Yankee Stadium, and he visited with a ton of the players. Not just Aaron Judge, who's seen here, but also guys like Marcus Stroman and also Max Fried as well, with a few other players as well scattered around, who Luka met with when he got into the locker room. The Yankees gifted him a Luka Doncic, or just a Doncic 77 Yankees jersey that he's seen wearing in this photo next to Aaron Judge. Now, Doncic, he also went into the broadcast booth. The play-by-play announcer, many of you know, is Michael Kay. Kay also has his own show on the Yes Network, The Michael Kay Show, where he talks about all New York sports, not just the Yankees. He does primarily talk about the Yankees, but he talks about the Knicks a whole lot too, as he's a diehard Knicks fan. Also talks about the Jets, the Giants, stuff like that. He might mention the New Jersey Nets once in a while. And on top of that, he does talk sports, and he asked Luka Doncic what he thinks of the Knicks. Now, mind you, Luka's in his final year of a contract with the Lakers, and we'll get into more of that later. But Luka did say, I like the Knicks. I like my guy Jalen Brunson, or JB as he put it. You know that. I always cheer for him. Now, Doncic, he definitely is aware of the world that his contract is almost expiring and that he'll get a chance to be wined and dined with the best of them very, very soon if he does not sign a contract extension instantly and decides to hit unrestricted free agency. Now, Doncic and a lot of players nowadays are hitting free agency more often than they were over the past few years. It's going to become more of a thing once again when not all teams, but half the teams in the league, 15 teams, will have cap space going into next summer, and that means the NBA landscape will shift a lot. And there's going to be a lot of players recruiting Luka Doncic to their teams if Luka does opt to become an unrestricted free agent. Obviously, the Knicks don't have money, but let's be real. We all know they'd trade whatever it took to grab Luka and reunite Luka and JB and try to get this thing done in New York. But at the same time, there's a lot of external factors about this. Now, Doncic did give Judge some shoes, where Judge gave Doncic a jersey, and on top of that, Luka did say about Aaron Judge, I think he could play power forward in the NBA, so Luka giving Judge high praise. Aaron Judge does have some pretty good high school basketball highlights, probably couldn't play in the NBA, but why would he when you're Barry Bonds from the right side, which Aaron Judge is. Also, subscribe to Yankees Digest while we're talking about this. But we're actually, real quick, guys, I do want to mention, this is a crossover episode between the host of Yankees Digest and Knicks Digest. Way to just toot my own horn and make myself just try to sound cool, and now I just seem like an absolute jerk. So that didn't go the way I planned. We're just going to push forwards into what we were talking about, which is Luka's contract. Look, Luka obviously got traded last year at a shocking deal that nobody expected, and now going into the 2025-26 season, he could decide to be an expiring contract, which he will do. He's got a player option for the 2026-27 season, and he's going to decline it because he's going to be able to make so much more money than like $46 million per year, what he's supposed to get next year. He can get way more. Being 27 years old and one of the best players in the NBA, hitting unrestricted free agency, every team that has that available cap space will offer him a deal. Teams that don't have available cap space and will try to work out a sign and trade will offer him that. The Knicks are going to be one of those teams. The Knicks have long had interest in Doncic, and sign and trades are not even deals. So we don't have to think about the fact, oh, well, the Knicks don't have first-round picks. That's an issue. No, that's not an issue because sign and trades aren't even. Luka said, will say to the Lakers, nope, I'm going here. This is what's happening. I'm not playing for you again. I am signing here. So he forces the hand where then it's just matching salaries. And yeah, the Knicks will probably throw some sort of draft compensation as well for the Lakers, not holding things up or anything. But it'd be worth it to grab Luka on a deal that would be like OG or Mikal and Josh with a first for Luka Doncic. Because again, I know it sounds like a ridiculous trade, but at the same time, sign and trades are never even. Kevin Durant was signed and traded to the New Jersey Nets for D'Angelo Russell and a top 3 protected first round pick. Nobody thinks that's even. It wasn't supposed to be even. It was supposed to work out salary-wise, and that's why that trade got done. Sign and trades are not even. It's just not how the sport works because this player decides, I'm going here, I need a sign and trade to get through it, and teams oblige because it's just kind of the thing that they do. Very few teams have ever really been like, no, I'm going to block you from going to that team by not agreeing to a sign and trade by any means. So you're just stuck. You can't go there. Sucks to be you. They don't do that in the NBA. It's just not something that happens. Now, maybe the Lakers would do that. I feel like they would be the team to try to pull that off, which does add another layer to things. Now, Luka obviously is an unbelievable player, and this is obviously a long shot, but he put up 28 points per game last year between the Lakers and the Mavericks with 8 rebounds and 7.7 assists per game. He's shooting 45% from the field and 37% from 3. Luka is downright phenomenal. He's also lost a ton of weight going into this summer and now is completely revitalizing his game because he's sick of being called overweight. And by the way, I mean, I've seen Luka Doncic play in real life. I had very good seats to a Laker game once, and the man's not fat. Like, just objectively speaking, he's not fat. Like, I've seen the man be 15 feet from my face. It was a surreal experience. It's not something that I ever usually get to do, and he's not fat. He never was. So now he's just going to be in straight up phenomenal shape, and that is going to add another layer to things. He's going to make a ton of money, and the Knicks are going to try to pull Luka away from the Lakers, considering the Lakers situation is not great right now. You have LeBron, who's retiring very soon, and on top of that, not really much else that's great on that team. So there's going to be a lot for Luka to consider going into the upcoming season. But on top of that, we do have more to discuss as well. As New York Knicks superstar Jalen Brunson did get disrespected, as there's been a lot of hype surrounding next season and who are the best players going into next season. And look, there's been a lot of talk with just what's going to happen and who's great, who's not. Where does Jalen Brunson rank? He just led the Knicks to the conference finals. But NBA 2K doesn't think so highly of Jalen Brunson, as all the Knicks player overalls were leaked in NBA 2K26, and Jalen Brunson is at 93, tied with Karl-Anthony Towns, while OG Anunoby is an 87, which I think is awesome. Mikal Bridges is an 86, Josh Hart's an 84, Mitchell Robinson and Jordan Clarkson are 80s, while Gershon Yabusele is a 79, Deuce McBride's a 78, which is a little low, but fine. Tyler Kolek's a 74, Ariel Hukporty's a 70, that's not right, he should be a 73. Pacome Dottie's a 69, that's fine, he barely played. Kevin McCullough Jr. is a 69, that's fine, he barely played. Mohamed Diawara does not have a rating as of right now. So, the 13 guys that are rated, there they are. And Brunson should be higher than this. He should be a 94 or something like that, and I know there's going to be arguments against it, but you look at the top highest rated 2K26 players, Shea being over him, obviously, he was the MVP. Giannis is better than Brunson. Jokic, in my mind, is the best player in the NBA. Luka, LeBron, I'm fine with both of that, honestly. Steph Curry, I get. It's part of a popularity contest, and also Steph Curry is still Steph Curry. There's games where he's just completely dominant. Anthony Davis, completely fine. Jason Tatum's not. I'm sorry, but what the hell? Brunson outplayed Jason Tatum in the playoff series and also, eliminated him despite the fact that the Celtics did have a better roster at the time. So that's pretty interesting. Don't love that. And on top of that, we just look at the latest 2K26 rating for star players. Jokic, SGA, and Giannis being 98, I think is fine. I think that's actually a good top 3 to throw out there. Meanwhile, Luka and LeBron being 96 is, again, I'm not going to argue with it. I understand why people would argue the LeBron thing. It's LeBron. There's a rite of passage. Also, again, this is not a popularity contest. Let's be real. Anthony Edwards, Donovan Mitchell, and Victor Wembanyama should not be over Jalen Brunson by any means. This is when it becomes a popularity contest. First of all, Brunson has beat Donovan Mitchell in 2 playoff series. 2. Mitchell's won 0. Meanwhile, Anthony Edwards, you know what? Fine. Popularity contested out. Edwards was great in the playoffs. I'm not denying that. What did Victor Wembanyama do? Oh, yeah, he didn't play because the Spurs didn't make it. I know he got injured. I know that the blood clot thing is not good, and I really do feel for him. None of this, he has not proven anything that he's better than Jalen Brunson. Oh, but he's a 1.5 feet taller than him, whatever the hell he is. Who cares? Who cares? He's not better than Jalen Brunson. I'm sorry, but what has Victor Wembanyama done to prove he's better than Jalen Brunson? Miss the playoffs? Come on. Be real. Be real with yourselves. I don't really know if Wemby should be over Towns or Joel Embiid or Kevin Durant. Actually, scratch that. Wemby should not be over Joel Embiid and Kevin Durant in any sense of the word. Donovan Mitchell over Embiid and Kevin Durant. A little shaky considering how Donovan performed in the playoffs last year. Anthony Edwards, again, sure, whatever. I'm fine with that. But if Edwards is a 94, then Donovan Mitchell should be a 93 and Jalen Brunson should be a 94. I'm sorry, that is some stupid, stupid stuff. Did they forget that Jalen Brunson had the most fourth quarter points of any player in the playoffs? Most times scoring 10 plus points in the fourth quarter, of any player in the playoffs last season? Ever? I guess so. Brunson has been an unbelievable playoff performer, and the disrespect is crazy. Devin Booker having a 90 overall, having a bit of a down year, that's fine. But, like, dude, Brunson's 1 overall point better than John Cade Cunningham? Really? He should be 2 or 3. I'm not saying that Brunson should be a 95, 96. But if Jason Tatum is a 95, then Jalen Brunson should at least be a 95. First of all, Anthony Edwards is better than Jason Tatum as well. This is BS ratings across the board. And Wemby should be like a 90. Let's relax on the whole Victor Wembanyama stuff. I get he's great. I'm not saying he isn't great. He was clearly the defensive player of the year, putting up 20-something and double-digit rebounds. I'm not saying Wemby's not great. But let's all relax a little bit on the Victor Wembanyama stuff just for a moment. Why is he over a guy who's making the conference finals? Why? Who's taking his team to the conference finals? Why? Why? Did Tatum take his team to the conference finals? No. Not this last year. Jalen Brunson did, beating Jason Tatum. Did Anthony Davis take anyone to the conference finals? No, not ever. He's been with LeBron the one time he did it. Did Steph Curry take his team to the conference finals? No, he lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's BS. It's stupid. And I hope Luka comes to the Knicks as well. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. 2K sucks, and we all know it. It's a washed up game.